Vinyl in 2026 is bigger than ever, and choosing the right turntable can completely transform how your records sound and feel. Whether you're just starting your vinyl journey or upgrading to a serious audiophile setup, the right deck makes all the difference. In this video, we're breaking down the best turntables of 2026, covering everything from budget-friendly beginner models to high-end audiophile machines. We'll look at sound quality, build, features, ease of use, and real-world performance, so you know exactly which turntable fits your listening style and budget. The best options are ranked and explained, links are in the description, and will help you avoid wasting money on the wrong deck. So if you're ready to get the most out of your vinyl collection, let's start it. Let's dive in. Choosing the right turntable in 2026 can completely change how your vinyl sounds. So it's important to pick a deck that matches your budget, setup, and listening style. Belt drive turntables are great for pure sound and home listening, while direct drive models offer better speed, accuracy, and convenience. A good cartridge and stable tone arm improve detail tracking and overall sound clarity, making a big difference in how records perform. Some turtables include built-in phono stages, Bluetooth, or USB, which are ideal for beginners and modern setups with fewer components. Choose a turntable that sounds great today, but also allows future upgrades, so your system can grow as your vinyl collection expands. The best turntable is the one that fits your listening habits, system, and budget. Get this right, and your vinyl collection will truly come alive. Number 10. Project Debut Carbon Evo. Project has a strong reputation in the turntable market, and that's why it gets 2 entries in this list. The Debut Carbon Evo is the latest upgrade to its most popular turntable and our priciest on test. Whether you're a beginner wanting to invest a bit more in your hobby or upgrading from a cheaper deck, it's fair to say the performance you'll get here will outshine pretty much everything else we've tested. It still sits just inside the entry-level market, but has an upgrade path to take you firmly into mid-range territory should you wish. That's because you're coming from a strong starting point, with a refined design made from good quality materials, improved damping to reduce resonance, and an expanded choice of 33, 45, or 78 revolutions per minute. There's an Ortofon 2 millions cartridge pre-installed, a one-piece carbon fiber tone arm, and a fantastic choice of colors and finishes. Even the cables included in the box are of significantly better quality than you'll find elsewhere. The setup here takes the longest of any turntable we tested. It's not hard, but just a bit fiddly, since you'll be using some small weights and fine fishing wire to set the bias, as well as fitting the platter and balancing the tone arm manually. There's no phono preamp included here either, so you will need to invest in one or ensure your stereo amplifier has one built in. As for how it sounds, it's a rich, yet insightful performance that digs up stacks of fine detail but never sounds clinical. The mids get a particular focus here, but there's no lack of weight in the low end, giving it plenty of authority and solidity. The dynamics are expertly voiced, the treble is allowed greater extension than you'll hear on cheaper decks, and there's a level of precision that shows its class. It's an incredible performance at this price. Number 9. Vertere DG-X. If you are serious about vinyl and have the big bucks, and a sufficiently talented system to match, then you'll want to consider a high-end turntable. There are plenty of 5-figure options from the likes of Lin, Michel, SME, and Rega, but it's Vertere's entry-level DG-X deck that we would highly recommend. The DG-X may look very similar on the outside to its predecessor, the award-winning DG-1S Magneto, but the 3rd generation DG-X has been completely redesigned from the ground up, from a more efficient manufacturing process, which keeps costs down and makes it easier to assemble, to a completely new tone arm bearing design that elevates the performance even further. The innovative flat tone arm returns, but the bearing is a unipivot design whose point is securely located with a trio of precision silicon nitrate balls, which helps keep the tone arm extremely stable. The DG-X comes with a new cartridge, Saberlight M&M, as standard in the box, and includes a step-up power supply and the Technomat, both of which you could previously buy as an add-on. Various other elements of the DG have been improved. The grounding, the mounting plate for the motor, the power button design, and the tracking weight, bias, VTA, and azimuth are all factory set for the supplied cartridge. You simply have to plug it in, put a record on, and press play. The turntable itself is beautifully made and exquisitely engineered. The main platter is precision machined from aluminium, bonded with layers of different materials for further damping, while the 3-layer cast acrylic plinth is as unusual looking as it is stunning to look at. The stylish, eye-catching design, especially with the internal illumination and the mirror gloss finish, certainly stands out from the sea of traditional-looking turntables. The Vertere DG-X remains a turntable that wants you to enjoy the music, rather than analyze every element, and is a terrific improvement over its predecessor in every way, from dynamics and spaciousness to stability and muscle. In our review, we said there are subtler dynamics revealed with each bit of pressure placed on instruments, sounding more tuneful, more tactile, and more intentional, while their voices sound even purer and more natural. There is greater width and breadth for big orchestral pieces to breathe and flourish, along with a more refined tonal balance overall, all without ever losing the Vertere's innate and excellent rhythmic ability and sheer energy. In comparison, the older DG-1S package sounds leaner and a little dynamically compressed, while the DG-X pushes the performance forward with greater confidence, textural depth, and maturity. It still has an infectious sense of enthusiasm and superb rhythmic precision and punch that make it endlessly entertaining to listen to. It sounds so physical and visceral in a way that rival turntables can't quite match, we said. That Vertere has been able to make such significant changes, both in the manufacturing process and engineering design, while sticking to its below -5,000 price point is pretty impressive. If you have a partnering system that is equally capable and a high budget, we guarantee you will be delighted with the DG-X as well. Number 8. Audio-Technica ATL-P5X. Audio-Technica's original ATL-P5 turntable was a winner. Launched in 2016, its combination of solid engineering, useful features, and fine sound was enough to make it one of our go-to recommendations for anyone wanting a sensibly priced, fuss-free record player, with the added bonus of a USB output. It's no surprise then that Audio-Technica hasn't changed this winning formula too much for the current ATL-P5 model. But the brand has made some improvements throughout the deck. There's a new cartridge that's easier to fit. The built-in phono stage can now cope with both moving magnet and moving coil cartridges. And it has added a 78 revolutions per minute speed option. Aside from these neat additions and tweaks, the LP5's audio performance mirrors its predecessor closely. It sounds a touch cleaner and clearer than before, but without losing any of its composure or dynamically pleasing presentation. We said in our review, detail levels are high, and all that information is rendered with organization and composure. This deck never sounds as though it is struggling, no matter how complex the music gets. Stereo imaging is solid and composed, too. The USB ripping feature means you can digitize your vinyl collection in CD-quality WAV files up to 16-bit, 44.1 kHz, and 48 kHz. Many current USB turntables only offer ripping in poor MP3 quality. If you're after a well-executed design that's well-built, with useful features, and that sounds great for the money, this appealing 8 LP5 is worthy of a spot on your shortlist. Number 7. Project T1 Evo BT. We can't think of many Bluetooth-ready decks that are as appealing and accessible as the new Project T1 Evo BT. If you need a great, fuss-free record player but don't want to start searching at the bottom of the price pile, the mid-range Evo BT has talents across the board for getting your vinyl spinning without the hassle. It's an easy-to-set-up turntable, and while you'll have to fit the platter, mat, belt, and dust cover, those are hardly the trickiest of tasks for anyone with half a brain. Just make sure that the tracking weight is correct, as while it should be set out of the box, we found our test unit wasn't quite where it should have been after we'd freed it from its packaging. If you want the best performance possible, it's worth checking that the tone arm is set at the precise force required for the supplied OM10 cartridge. Capable of playing 33 1/3 and 45 revolutions per minute speeds, the T1 Evo offers a built-in phono stage or a set of line-out terminals if you want to outsource such duties to an amplifier or standalone phono preamp. The project sounds great, using our NIAM NATE ETSS reference amps phono input, though we understand that most users will simply use the built-in phono stage in a bid to keep things simple and reduce costs. Still, it's nice to know the Evo BT can stretch a little if need be. Naturally, the Project T1 Evo BT is Bluetooth ready, with wireless listening toggled via a recessed switch on the plinth's right-hand side. Connection is easy, while the sound is solid, stable, and satisfying via Bluetooth. For more traditional wired listening, the Project is a stellar choice, with a smooth, easygoing nature that doesn't miss those essential textural timbres. There's ample clout in the bass too, offering real resonance and force at the lower end to keep tracks from appearing thin or anemic. As our review made clear, however you choose to listen to the T1 Evo BT, the performance you will receive will reward you richly, especially if you favor an effortless, undemanding sound. We're not expecting every user to spend a considerable sum investing in an external phono stage, but the Evo BT has the sonic capabilities to get your records purring without the need for any added expenditure. Number 6. Technics SL-1500C. Even if you've never heard of a Rega or a Project, you will definitely have heard of Technics. The brand is still going strong when it comes to turntables, both for DJs and audiophiles. While we love the high-end SL-1000R model, so much so that we use it as part of our listening room's reference testing system, the SL-1500C is much more affordable. And it's also one of the best record players we've heard at around $1,000. That includes a built-in phono stage. Uses a coreless direct drive motor with clever speed management circuitry and the company's trademark S-shaped arm, which is attached to an Ortofon 2 millions red cartridge. The engineering and build quality of the deck is of a high quality. Everything is pleasingly put together with precision, and it feels very durable and robust too. It comes with a detachable headshell and adjustable arm height. Bonus features that make it possible to upgrade and adjust your chosen cartridge. Sonically, the Technics is equally pleasing. Songs are relayed with a brilliant sense of dynamism and energy. And even more complex or orchestral recordings are delivered with a tremendous amount of composure and organization. There's clarity and precision too, and it can track multiple instrumental strands with considerable skill. There's subtlety to the quieter moments alongside the more bombastic crescendos. Playing Nitin Sawhney's Prophesy album, we said in our review, the Technics revels in the album's complex rhythms and thickly layered production. There's plenty of punch here, particularly at bass frequencies where the deck delivers an impressive combination of agility, punch, and depth. While some may prefer the more insightful and dynamic sound of the Rega Planar 3, ND3, the Technics SL-1500C offers crisp presentation, a built-in phono stage, and electric speed control, making it a great choice for those who want a bit more ease and flexibility, as opposed to being vinyl purists. Number 5. Technics SL-1300G. Technics is a manufacturer more readily associated with DJ decks than hi-fi turntables, but that has slowly been changing, as is evidenced by the SL-1300G. Weighing a hefty 13 kilograms, a little more after you've added your choice of cartridge. The SL-1300G is built to the usual sturdy standards of a Technics deck, although the lift, lower mechanism on the S-shaped aluminium Tony arm feels a little vague. We can't criticize the substantial plinth, reassuringly stable triple-layer platter, or smooth direct drive system that makes it rotate though. There's no waiting around for it to get up to speed with a button to switch between settings. Performance is similarly solid, with a punchy and authoritative presentation. It's rhythmically confident and sure-footed, with full-bodied bass, clear and nicely separated vocals, and plenty of dynamic nuance. Stereo imaging is wide and crisp, and even with classical music, it manages to keep a tight grip on the entire orchestra. This is a turntable that's comfortable with much more than just techno or drum and bass. We use a high-end Technics SL-1000R turntable as part of our reference system, and the SL-1300G gives us a close approximation of this flagship performance at a more accessible price. It's an impressive performance. If you're more of a low-mass, belt-driven kind of person, Rega's Planar 8 remains a suitable alternative, but the two are so different that there's plenty of room for them to coexist. If it was our money though, it's this Technics that we'd take home. Number 4. Project Debut Evo 2. Project's latest in the debut range borrows technology from the award-winning Debut Pro, a two-time Product of the Year winner too, and combines it with a lively, fluid, and easygoing presentation that's very appealing at this mid-range level. The debut Evo 2 swaps out the old steel platter used in the debut Carbon Evo for a heavy aluminium platter with a dense ring of thermoplastic elastomer, TPE, damping to help reduce unwanted resonances. The same TPE material can be found in the 3 feet to further help abate external vibrations affecting the deck. The Evo 2 comes with a new Pickett M&M Evo cartridge fitted, while the lightweight tone arm is mounted on a new precision-milled aluminum block with low-friction bearings. Overall, the belt drive design works smoothly and it's easy to set up and use. We like the 3-way rocker switch under the plinth that controls power and electronic speed change. What we like even more is the variety of finishes and colors that the Evo 2 deck comes in. Our review sample is a sleek, satin red wine, while other colors, fur green, steel blue, golden yellow, look just as stylish in the minimal design and make this project stand out from its more conventional rivals. There are 10 finishes overall, and we have to applaud Project for offering so many attractive hues for new vinyl fans to choose from. Sound-wise, the upgrades have worked their magic. The debut Evo 2 has an immediately likable sound, with a beautifully fluid delivery and a particularly lovely and sweet-toned mid-range that works well with vocals and instruments. There's a level of detail and delicacy that's addictive to listen to. At this price, the rival Rega Planar 2 and D3 turntable will give you a more authoritative sense of drive and greater rhythmic precision, but the Evo 2 has a lively, fleet-footed presentation that zips along merrily through every song. It's an enthusiastic performer that just wants to have fun. It's a clean, smooth, and spacious presentation with tautly pulled bass and sparkly highs, and there's enough heft and texture to the notes to sound satisfying. Its nimble nature means it can easily relay shifts in dynamics, pace, and tone as we swap records from classical to heavy metal. We'd like a touch more grip and muscle overall, and if you do too, you can buy a couple of upgrades that fundamentally improve the Evo 2's performance. Swap out the standard power supply for the high power 2 fully grounded power supply, 25 pounds, $45, and you'll get greater solidity, depth, and snappier timing. But if you can spend a bit more, we would highly recommend the ALU subplatter, 115 pounds, $199. This instantly offers muscle, scale, and authority to the Evo 2's sound that we were missing. There is even greater dynamics, subtler detail, and a more spacious sound with this subplatter upgrade. Adding those 2 modifications increases the Evo 2's price to 739 pounds, $943. But we think it's well worth the investment for the jump up in performance. The Project's friendly nature, not to mention that lovely way with voices, combined with the user-friendly design and choice of so many finishes, makes it a well-thought-out turntable that will appeal to many. Number 3, Rega Planar 1 Plus. If you're after the purest quality of a Rega turntable, but want the convenience of a built-in phono stage to minimize clutter and costs, then look no further. This Rega Planar 1 Plus is essentially the brilliant 5-star entry-level Rega Planar 1 turntable fitted with the equally 5-star Rega Phono Mini, a 2D phono stage. Both have won awards, and Rega thought it only felt natural to combine them together. We absolutely agreed. Rega hasn't just stuck on the Phono Mini a 2D and called it a day. The USB section has been taken out entirely, and this cost saving has gone into improving the audio quality of the phono stage. This means that not only does the Planar 1 Plus package cost less than if you were to buy the 2 audio components separately, but it also sounds a tad cleaner and times better compared with the more muscular, powerful sound of the separates option. The Plus One is built to the same exceptional standards as all Rega turntables, with clean, minimal lines and a very fuss-free setup. The inclusion of the phono stage means you can plug this versatile Rega deck directly into a pair of powered or active speakers, or even a Sonos multi-room system, making for a very tidy little vinyl setup. Perfect if you're short on space. A rival such as Audio-Technica's ATL-PW50 BTRW also offers an internal phono stage and even Bluetooth streaming into the mix, but the Rega can't be beaten when it comes to sound quality. The Planar 1 Plus sounds brilliant. It may start off a little lean, but give it a bit more time and it will reveal a full-bodied and rhythmically exciting performance. Rega's hallmarks of subtlety, agility, dynamics, and drive are all on display. It sounds beautifully clean and crisp, with guitar strums, drum beats, and voices all sounding very tactile and realistic. We said in our original review, The OnePlus has an open, spacious presentation, with plenty of separation between instruments and vocals laid out with very little effort. It's also highly skilled in how it handles the high frequencies. It's a fun listen, and is so versatile too. There are plenty of new turntables on the market that offer the convenience of a built-in phono stage, but none of them can quite compete with the Rega Planar OnePlus when it comes to pure sound fidelity at this price level. If you're after a stylish, streamlined, cost-effective turntable solution, start here. Number 2. Project Primary E. For those looking for a beginner turntable and have a small budget, but are interested in good quality sound, the Project Primary E could be just the ticket. This deck doesn't have any extra features such as USB ripping, Bluetooth, or automatic operation, but its purest design and wallet-friendly price are ideal for novices on their first step to proper vinyl obsession. This long-running model remains the best cost-effective option around at its $299, £299 price point, which isn't a huge amount to pay for such a well-made deck that prioritizes sound over features. It's no wonder we keep recommending it as our best budget record player for years now. The Primary E confidently nails the basics, from an even tonal balance to a delivery that's clear, clean, and spacious enough to keep things coherent. There's ample body and substance to every frequency, and the lively drive and momentum keep us tapping our toes and enjoying every record we spin on it. Entertainment is high on its mind, and we said in our original review, though it's not capable of huge scale or reach, it sounds far away from being small or confined too. It's a basic, no-frills deck, but one that works smoothly and offers far better performance than you'd get with those more stylish, all-in-one, trendy-looking record players that don't respect your vinyl records as this project will. As a starter turntable, it's impossible to beat at this budget price. Number 1. Rega Planar 3 RS Edition. Until earlier this year, Rega's Planar 3 ND3 inhabited this coveted spot on our turntables Best Buy, but then the RS Edition came along and won us over. RS stands for Rega Special, but it's not a limited edition model, just an upgraded version of the 5-star Planar 3 that improves on it in a number of meaningful ways without asking for too much extra cash in return. There are 3 key upgrades. First, the ND5 cartridge uses a higher quality diamond stylus to deliver greater tracking accuracy and detail retrieval. Then there's the external Neo PSU MK224V unit, which not only means you get a cleaner power supply, feed to the deck's motor, but also adds electronic speed switching so you don't have to fiddle with the belt. Finally, the MDF plinth is wrapped in a high-pressure laminate, HPL, that's usually only used on Rega's very top-end models, from Planar 6 upwards. Each part on its own offers fairly incremental improvements, but taken as a whole it elevates the entire performance, boosting everything we love about the standard Planar 3. The RS Edition sounds cleaner, more detailed, more muscular, and offers an even greater sense of space and openness. We said in our review, there is a confidence and effortless quality to the way this turntable sounds compared with the standard Planar. 3. The RS Edition locks every detail, every instrument, every vocal into place in an assured way that is admirable and wholly enjoyable. Of course, it's possible for original Planar 3 owners to add some of these upgrades themselves at extra cost, but having changed the cartridge and power supply of our reference deck, it still couldn't quite match the more confident and precise performance of the RS Edition. That bespoke HPL plinth is clearly key to its talents. The Planar 3 ND3's price has crept up too, so it's not only a £159 difference between the two models in the UK, and the RS Edition upgrades and performance are more than worth it. So what's the catch? Well, it's only available in one finish, but when it's this classy brushed aluminium, that's quite alright by us. So, that wraps up our list of the best turntables. If this video was useful to you, kindly click the thumbs up button. Which one are you going to pick? Describe your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an updates. Everyone who had come this far, I'm hoping to see you in the next video.